What's up, fellow collectors? Guys, welcome back to the M.I.B Master Toy Museum. Guys, we have a fun one for you today. A good topic of the hot topic of discussion for you today. We're talking about the Marvel Disney distribution, the Marvel Mego 4-pack. How do you guys feel about it? Some of you guys have gotten the figures. Most of the collectors have not received the figures. So we're in a space right now where people are getting the fear of missing out syndrome that's kicking in right now. We're seeing these figures, the 4-pack figures of Electro, the Lizard, Spider-Man, and Green Goblin. We're seeing these figures on eBay for astronomical prices. You know, $150, $200. And now sellers on eBay are getting very smart about it now. So they're taking the figures out of the 4-pack and selling them individually for $80, $100. You know, there's no end to what you're going to spend on these figures on eBay. So we want to talk about that. We want to talk about how you guys feel as individuals, as collectors. You're part of these Facebook groups. How do you feel about this whole situation? I've been reading a lot of comments and discussing it with fellow collectors, and we're talking about people, how they should feel. I never want to tell somebody how they should feel about spending their money on whatever, be it collecting or otherwise. And I can't tell you how to feel, but what we can do today, and that's what this whole video is about, is get your input on how do you actually feel about the situation. And let's peel this off layer by layer to figure out where Mego stops, Disney begins, the eBay situation picks up, the aftermath of somebody receiving the 4-pack, whether it's in Disney California or Disney Orlando. I'm getting reports now that the Disney in Orlando has sold out. How I don't know if there's somebody out there that lives in Orlando, Florida, that has more information on that. Leave it in the comments section, guys, right underneath this video. I'm hearing the same thing about Disney California, that they are sold out. But then I read other comments that say that, a collector purchased 2 sets and said there's plenty of them. Well, maybe that was true, 15 hours ago. And now that's not the case. Now, as of the making of this video right now, I've checked Disney stores online where you can purchase these at, or you will be able to purchase these figures at. I have not seen any sign of the Marvel Mego figures 4-pack. So we don't know when they will be out. I'm hearing reports that Migo is saying that they will be out. They will let people know when these figures arrive at the Disney website, which is great. But now we're stuck in a situation again with Mego and these figures where are we, how badly do we want these figures? I was sharing this with a fellow collector. If the figures are made readily available on Disney's website, I'm going to purchase purchase them. I'm not going to, lose any sleep if I don't get these figures. And I think that's key for a lot of people right now to really understand. And it's difficult for some people to understand. So that goes back to what we were talking about, where people are allowed to be frustrated about the situation. They're allowed to have their say on the situation. Is it frustrating? Yes. If you look at the grand scheme of things, the build up for these figures has been immense. We've been waiting for Marvel Mego figures since the 1970s. We've been waiting that long. It's been a long time. And the collectors and the kids from the 1970s are all growing up now. They want to reconnect with their childhood. And you can get a lizard figure, or you can get Electro, who we didn't even have back in the 1970s. If you can get this figure now, as an adult collector, that, how cool would that be? So we can. The problem is we can't right now. Are you frustrated? How do you feel? We want to know all of that. Write in the comment section, guys, right underneath this video. Where do you stand at with this situation? Are you like me? Can you sleep at night knowing that you don't have these figures? Or you may never get these figures? Or, like I read in the comment section from a fellow collector that said, you know what? What if they're all sold out in five minutes when they hit Disney's website, the store website? What then? I have reserved myself already, guys, to the fact that there is a distinct possibility. All right, understand this, guys. There is a distinct possibility that some of us may never get this 4-pack set. Some of us definitely will. Some of us probably won't. That's a distinct possibility. That's a distinct certainty that some of us may not actually get these figures ever. We've seen it happen before. We've seen it happen with other figures, with the Big Lots situation. And, that's where we talk a little bit about the distribution situation. I'm hearing that there's a reason why Migo had to do this deal with Disney, to set it up the way it was set up. So it's not necessarily Migo's fault. It's just, if they wanted the Marvel licensing to a degree to get these figures into production, into retail, it had to be set up a certain way. So the Disney theme parks had to come into play with that. So if you live, I'm on the East Coast, so Orlando's a lot closer to me, but I'm in Ohio. So how close really is it? I'm not just going to Orlando to get, the Disney 4-pack set, of Mego figures, Marvel Mego figures. I'm not going to do that. And I'm sure somebody that's a little closer to California feels the same way. So the theme parks got it first. Now we're waiting for the Disney's website, their store website, to get it. But at the end of the day, how do you feel? Where are you at with all of this? Because like I said, Migo had to do it a certain way. They had to set this up a certain way. There wasn't going to be a perfect way of setting this up. There wasn't going to be a right or wrong way of doing this if Migo wanted to get these figures out. And as Migo promised, they did hit right around December. Collectors are reporting that they have the 4-pack set in hand, and it's early December, before Christmas. Well, that's the key word, is some of them. Not all of us, some of us. So here we go again. It feels like I said, I brought up the Big Lot situation, where I've spoken to collectors and they still don't have the Big Lots. You know, some people didn't even live nearby a Big Lots store. So that's come and gone now, and there's collectors out there right now that wanted those figures, that really truly wanted those figures, never got those figures. Are we headed in the same direction with the Marvel 4-pack set, the Disney Marvel 4-pack set? Are we headed in the same direction? I believe we are, to a degree, because I just don't think demand that Migo can meet the demand of that everybody wants these figures. I'm hearing at the theme parks, Orlando and California, that they're basically, you can basically only get 2 sets. So that's smart, because it'll stop a lot of the hoarding. You know, people trying to get 10 sets and 15 sets, you know, just basically wiping it out, wiping the supply out. I like that. I don't know if that applies online though. So if somebody has information about that, does the 2 set limit applies on the Disney Store website? Leave your comments about that right underneath this video, guys. If you have any information about the Disney Store website situation with the Marvel 4-pack, Migo Marvel 4-pack set, leave that information. We're just trying to gather information. We're trying to put everything together. We're trying to make sense of this, guys. We're trying to figure it out for you. I have about as many answers and questions as you do right now. So this video is more of a situation where everybody can kind of come together and compare notes, share information, help figure some of this stuff out, if you have some more insight on it. And more importantly than that, you know, express yourself. Whether you're frustrated, whether you're angry with Disney, you're angry with Marvel, you're angry with Migo, you're happy with Migo, you're happy with Marvel, you're happy with Disney. We want to hear all of that. You know, there's not a right or wrong way, guys, to do this, and there's not a right or wrong way to feel about this situation. Everybody's entitled to feel, you know, how they want to feel about this situation. So I'm somewhat neutral, because I if I get them, great. If I don't, you know, the sun will come up tomorrow. Okay, the sun will come up tomorrow, and we'll keep moving, and there'll be something else great out there that I can add to my collection, my museum collection. And I would like to think that everybody could feel like that. Now, is that to say that everybody's going to feel like that? Absolutely not. If your next door neighbor has the 4-pack, Migo 4-pack Disney set, and you don't, okay, you're going to feel some type of way about that. You know, so, but one thing I will say, and I feel very strongly about this. One thing I will say, I would strongly advise against going on eBay and purchasing these figures. The scalpers that are putting ridiculous price tags on these on this 4-pack set, Marvel Migo 4-pack set, ridiculous. There's no way in the world I'm going to pay $350 for this 4-pack set. Neither should you. We've said this in the past about the big lot figures, about other hot Migo items that were coming out that everybody wanted. Try to stay away from eBay. It can't be that important that you're willing to spend between $300 to $400 on this set when or if these sets are coming out. And I know somebody's going to say, well, I want it really badly. My response to that, like I said earlier, if that's how you feel and you have the financial firepower to part with $300 to $400, by all means, do so. I am not here to tell anybody what to do. And that's basically what I was saying earlier. You know, I'm not going to tell you how to feel. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll tell you what I feel and what I probably would do. And that's what I'm saying. But I would advise against spending $400 on the Migo Marvel 4-pack set. As fantastic these figures are, I want the Spider-Man figure. I love that. The Spider-Man figure to me is really the selling point. I think Electro is too. So, but Spider-Man, because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, I'm sure most of you guys out there are. I had Spider-Man, the Mego Spider-Man as a kid back in the 1970s. I'm sure most of you guys have. And a lot of you guys were saying, hey, I have the vintage ones, so I can live without these. And that's fine. That's fine too. But I would strongly say, hey, you know what? If you have to have these figures at all cost, no matter what it is, then do so. But like for me personally, if I get them, great. If I don't, guys, like I said, that for me, that the sun's going to come up tomorrow, and it's off to something else. But I am genuinely excited for the people that have found these figures, the 4-pack set figures. It's fantastic. It's a great time. I can see people are really happy about this, the Migo Marvel 4-pack set. Yes, Marvel and Migo is definitely a home run, grand slam, in my opinion. We've wanted the Marvel figures from our childhood. We've waited very patiently for a long time. It seems like us when Migo came back in 2018, that was a huge discussion. Could Migo ever find a way to get the Marvel figures and characters? Well, they have. They found a way to do it. So congratulations to Migo on really clearing that hurdle. Something that a lot of us didn't think they were capable of doing, that they could ever do, because there was so much red tape involved, and there were so many tie-ins with Marvel and Disney and Hasbro. There was so much happening with that we never thought, me personally, I never thought that was going to happen. Well, guys, it's 2024 and it's happened. And I think that's another thing that's driving people to feel a certain way about finally being able to get these figures and not be able to quite get these figures, if you know what I mean. They're there, but close, but yet still so far. The store website does not have them yet. Hopefully, after this video comes out, the store website will report that they have it, or Migo will report that, hey guys, they're there. But right now, if you don't live in Orlando, if you don't live in California, near the Disney theme parks, it's a loss. You're not going to get these figures anytime soon. Hopefully I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong, and within the next day or two, people will report that, hey, they're on the Disney website, store website, and you can get these figures. Another little tidbit I want to throw in. I know I was on some of the groups, reading the comments. I try to keep my pulse with the situation, very updated and close, so I can get a true reading of how people are feeling about certain things regarding the Migo. Well, Star Trek fans aren't happy. Okay. They're not happy at all. Where does this put Star Trek at as far as Mego is concerned? I don't know. We've had a lot of Star Trek, since 2018. As a matter of fact, Migo came back out. Back in 2018, they came out right out the gate with Star Trek figures. They jumped right on that. They addressed a lot of the needs and wants of collectors such as myself and other huge Star Trek fans. Like I said, we had these figures as kids. We wanted to see them back again. Migo delivered. Will we see more Star Trek figures in the future? Probably. I guess. I would like to think so. Once again, it's something I'm not going to lose any sleep over, because we've had so many Star Trek figures, from the tops to the elusive, let me see here, to the elusive green shirt Kirk, so we've had these figures and tons more that I'm not too concerned with that. I think it's Marvel's time. It's the DC superheroes times. It's the Marvel superheroes time now with Migo. But if you feel a certain way about that, I want to hear about it in the comments section. I know certain collectors wanted certain Star Trek characters. That's probably not going to happen. That's probably never going to happen. I mean, I guess Migo can just, they can break that down better than I could ever do it. They can explain that. But at the end of the day, this is Marvel's time. This is DC's time. This is the DC Comics and Marvel Comics characters' time. This is why the Marvel 4-pack, Migo 4-pack, is making such a huge splash and driving people to feel the way they feel. Whether that's insane, crazy, angry, mad, happy, joyous, whatever the emotion. The Marvel 4-pack set is bringing that out of people. So I don't know what to tell you guys who are angry right now about the Marvel situation. I would just say, just to the best of your ability, stay patient with it. It's going to probably happen sooner rather than later. And for the people that, I guess, that'll never probably see these figures, because there's going to be some of us like that just simply will never see these figures, just like with the Big Lots situation. I would tell you guys, listen, there's always something else coming out. I've heard people say, well, if this doesn't happen, if I don't receive the 4-pack set and they sell out immediately, and there's no more stock, back stock, supply to handle the demands of the rest of the people that didn't receive, for the collectors that didn't receive the Marvel 4-pack set, I'm done. I'm done with Migo. I am done with the whole deal. I've heard people say that. I would tell them, I understand. I understand. I understand it all. Guys, I understand it. I understand it from both sides. This is, one collector personally told me this and said, hey, when Migo came back in 2018, the only thing not Star Trek, not Happy Days, not the Tops figure, nothing. The only thing I wanted was Marvel characters from my childhood. Thor, Hulk, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, the Lizard, Green Goblin. That's the only thing I wanted from Mego. You know, I told him, I was like, well, look, I mean, that's a long shot, but that long shot's here now. What do I tell him? And how should he feel if he doesn't get that? So that's where we're at with that, guys. But leave your comments, guys. This is a forum here. This video is designed and constructed to just basically allow you to address the Disney, Marvel, Mego, Disney Store website situation in your own manner. Okay? There's no right or wrong way to address the situation. So whatever you want to add to this video, we want to hear it, guys. With that being said, guys, you know the routine. God bless. Stay safe. And by all means, with or without the Marvel Mego 4-pack set, keep collecting.